This takes me back. Remember our first road trip? Just the two of us in that beat-up car. No plan, no GPS, just vibes.
Oh, I remember. That car was barely roadworthy. I was convinced the wheels were going to fall off halfway through.
Hey, don't diss my old car. It had character. Sure, the AC didn't work and the windows got stuck sometimes, but it got us there eventually.
Eventually is the key word. That thing overheated like 3 times. We had to pull over every hour just to let it cool down.
Yeah, okay, I admit it wasn't the most reliable ride, but it added to the adventure. Every breakdown was just another chance to bond, right?
Yeah, if by bond you mean standing on the side of the highway watching steam pour out of the hood.
You can't tell me that wasn't part of the fun. Remember when we broke down in that tiny town and ended up in that random diner?
Oh man, yes. That place was straight out of a movie. The lady behind the counter looked like she'd seen it all. And that pie, the pie was something else.
Best apple pie I've ever had. And those old guys sitting at the counter, they were hilarious. One of them told us he'd been to every state in the country, except the one we were heading to.
That's right. He was giving us advice like, don't bother with the interstate. Take the scenic route, as if we weren't already lost half the time.
He had a point, though. The scenic route ended up being the best part of the trip. Remember when we found that lookout point? Just us and that massive view. Mountains and sky for miles.
Yeah, I do. We just sat there for hours, talking about life. It was peaceful. One of those moments where time slows down, you know?
That's what I love about road trips. It's not just about the destination. It's about those random stops. Like when we found that tiny little record shop in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, and you insisted on buying that vinyl even though you didn't even have a record player.
I was investing in the future. And hey, now I've got a record player. So, joke's on you.
Took you long enough. But yeah, that was a good day. No rush, no pressure, just going wherever the road took us.
Exactly. We didn't have a plan, but it ended up being one of the best trips ever. Sure, the car almost gave up on us, and we got lost a million times, but that's what made it memorable.
You're right. It wasn't perfect, but maybe that's why it was perfect. It was real. Just two best friends on the road figuring things out as we went.
Exactly. And hey, that trip taught us a lot. Like how to not trust my sense of direction.
Yeah, first and last time I let you navigate. But hey, at least we laugh about it now. Every time we go on a trip, we've got stories to look back on.
I wouldn't change a thing, man. That trip was legendary.
It was. The breakdowns, the pie, the views, it's all part of the story.
And the fact that I got us there with nothing but vibes in an old car.
Yeah, vibes and my constant panic about the car exploding.
You're welcome for the memories, man.